Jim, critical race, obviously, goes without saying in Pennsylvania. What's your sense of how this might play with voters, particularly John Fetterman's performance?
Well, look, I think he might have lost the battle last night, but won the war. I think last night was a difficult night for him. But the quote that everyone's going to remember is this abortion line from Dr. Oz. If the Fetterman campaign doesn't have that on all their ads tomorrow, it's malpractice. Saying that local political leaders are going to decide. I mean, Fetterman needs these swing voters, especially women voters in these suburbs that Elise has been tracking. And it's just unbelievable that Dr. Oz handed Fetterman this moment. That said, remember that normal swing voters aren't watching any of this. They get the coverage in the next 24 hours. Our data shows that they really care about how the media coverage is, and that's brutal this morning for Fetterman.
And you've been talking to focus groups. You've studied Pennsylvania very closely, running President Obama's re-election campaign 10 years ago. Is it a different world than it was 10 years ago, even in the suburbs of Pennsylvania, or is it some of the same concerns that you've always seen there that will decide the race?
Look, Pennsylvania voters are economic voters, first and foremost. And then second, they want to know that these candidates are good on some social issues they care about, like abortion, like crime, like guns. And so those issues are really, really salient with these voters. But it's the same thing. They want to figure out which of these two candidates is actually going to make their families' lives better. Elections are about the future, not the past.
So Jim, Republicans lost a lot of ground in suburbs with Donald Trump. We talked about it in 2018. We talked about it in 2020. We've seen it in polls in 21 and 22. I'm just wondering, though, when you look at the Philly suburbs, which really broke hard for Democrats, when you look at the Atlanta suburbs, when you look at the Dallas suburbs, are we seeing Republicans gaining ground back in those areas?
They're trying, and that's why you see these polls like in Georgia. The Atlanta suburbs are more difficult for Warnock than there were 2 years ago. But if you look at like Pennsylvania, which, as Willie said, I'm obsessed with because it's the ultimate state, and Democrats just have to have this race to hold control of the United States Senate. And it really is about these swing voters, and they're starting to move back to the Democrats on social issues.
What did you think last night, Rev, of the debate and how it's going to play with voters in Pennsylvania?
I think that when Dr. Oz went with his whole position of let the states decide on abortion, in many of the communities that I work in, and I'll be in Pennsylvania this weekend doing churches and GOTV, it wrong states' rights. And I've been saying since the Dobbs decision is whether you agree with abortion or not, we do not want to go back to a states' rights model and not have national union. The Union versus the Confederates was what the Civil War was about. Because once you go to states' rights on women's rights, you're going to go there on civil rights, you're going to go there on immigration rights, you're going to go there on voting rights. And he brought that home last night for those of us that's been saying this is what this is about, states' rights. Let the states decide. Then the states will be deciding on your voting, and then the states will be deciding on this, that, and the other. I think that will probably energize a lot of black and brown voters in Pennsylvania. I also think people admire that come out of communities that have people that have less than adequate health care and challenges, even in the social landscape. Admire a guy that says, yeah, I'm not at my best, but I'm going to struggle through anyway. And I think they admired Fetterman for showing up. If I was working with Jim Messina, I probably would have told him not to do it. But I think I think Jim's right. I think he lost the battle, but may win the war.